But nothing any government has done has worked. There is no evidence that anything that any government has done has worked. Yeah. Sooner or later, somebody will have to say, and here's my little philosophical argument, that we have a problem in the modern world. The problem we have in the modern world is that everybody thinks that everything is okay. What I mean by that is everybody says yes to everything. Now, it's very positive to say yes to everything, to most things. However, the thinking person realizes that not everything is good. Sorry, not everything is good. There are things that we have to say no to. And this is how we have a good quality of life. We have a good quality of life by going through life and saying, yes, please. No, thank you. Yes, please. No, thank you. Yes, please. No, thank you. Not in a forceful way, but in a very polite, sensible way. And where the interests of government are in conflict with the interests of the people, you don't have a government anymore. Nobody has a government anymore. They don't work. They don't work at all. They just don't. Government exists for the very simple reason to assist the people with their daily lives. Now, sometimes it does and it works very well, but sometimes it doesn't and it goes horribly wrong. This is why it's not all yes and it's not all no. We have to be selective. No to this cup of coffee, yes to this cup of tea. We have to be selective. Classic examples, you can't drive down every road at the same time. You've got to select a road and go down it. And at this point in time, everybody is saying, yes, okay. We are not far away from the government saying, any government saying, you must wear a pink hat. And if you wear a pink hat, you can go outside. But if you don't have a pink hat, you can't go outside because, you know, pink, right? And a hat, you know, health and safety, right? You know, stay warm, you know, you need to have a pink hat. We're very close to that. How many masks? 1 mask, 2 masks, 3 masks, 4 masks, 5. Double masks, triple masks, blue masks, green masks. Nobody cares about the material. Nobody cares about the research. Nobody cares about the studies. Nobody cares if they work or not. Just shut up and do it. That's what we're all told. There are people in your company that are being told, just shut up and do it. That's the way. No choice. Sorry. My friends here in companies are being told, just shut up and do it. That's it. The employees of every single company in the world, or almost every single company in the Western world right now, are being told, shut up and do it. There's no way to run a business. There's no way to run a successful, profitable business because people are just going to get angry and frustrated and fight with each other at the end of the day. It's just going to cause resentment as a result. So, yeah, this will continue. The madness will continue until somebody says no somewhere. And where are we now? A year into this problem almost, and nobody is saying no. Everyone is still saying, yep, okay. And I understand why. It's all about, I need to keep my job because if I don't have my job, I can't pay my bills. And if I can't pay my bills, well, that's that. It's a very pragmatic decision. I understand. I understand. We don't want to burn the house down. I understand. It's very sensible. Yet, yeah, we need to. The only time that I remember that there's a pandemic is when somebody says something that's crazy. And I'm like, what? 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 It's oops, knocked something down. It's all very wild. It's all very wild, right? Yeah, and the guy, I bet the government are so stupid that they made a decision like this. Sorry, we have to close the border from tomorrow because between Tuesday and Wednesday, the virus is going to go, and there's going to be 1 million cases of it. Am I right? But it was a decision like this, really quickly, and that's why there's a traffic jam, right? There's a traffic jam because all these people are like, shit, we have to get back home. And they're all throwing clothes in bags and jumping in the car and driving off down the road. Oh, we have to get back before they, I don't know, whatever it is that they're going to do. In this completely insane world that we live in. So, yeah. Strains of viruses. Well, they just go on and on and on. That's life. That's how the universe functions. We have a virus, and it infects parts of society and the world, and then it mutates and becomes a new virus. It's not difficult. It's history. And so I think I've presented enough evidence to support my case. But logic is. Do you ever get the feeling that there's just sometimes no logic in things, or is that
Yeah, sometimes yes.
Sometimes. I mean, not all the time. I mean, obviously it doesn't. It's obviously not all the time, right? Because that would be insane. Because I don't get it all the time. I just like sometimes I look at things and I'm like, doesn't make any sense. You get vaccinated. I don't get vaccinated. And you're angry at me, but you're the one who's protected because you got vaccinated. That doesn't make any sense. If you're vaccinated, you're safe, right? Well, you see, no, well, then don't get vaccinated. Then it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Thomas Paine was one of the founding father figures in the American Revolution. And he wrote a book called Common Sense. He wrote this book like 275 years ago. Common Sense, where he said, these ideas are practical, positive, moral, and helpful. Everything else is no. And he said the biggest problem we have is that we don't follow this practical, positive, moral, and helpful. We just don't follow that at all. So if we follow this, we'll be fine. He was right. And in 275 years, nothing has changed. I was reading about Thomas Paine earlier, actually, for some reason. It was in my reading list. Thomas Paine, Paine. Let me give you a little bit of history. Thomas Paine. Thomas Paine. Wikipedia. Thomas Paine lived from 1737 to 1809. He lived to be the age of 72. He wrote many books, articles, and pamphlets. Strangely enough, Common Sense is not mentioned here. Huh. He was one of the Patriots who helped inspire the American Declaration of Independence. Anyway, Thomas Paine, let's, some quotes. Thomas Paine said, lead, follow, or get out. Right? Lead, you're a leader. You lead, or you support the leader, or you get out. Very practical. Common sense, really. Thomas Paine also said, how do I put this? How do I say this simply? Who dares not offend cannot be honest. You cannot be an honest person if you worry that what you say will make other people unhappy. You cannot be honest if you worry that what you say will make other people happy, because then you will not say what you think. Therefore, to be honest requires that other people will be unhappy with you all the time. Sad but true, really. But that's Thomas Paine. One more Thomas Paine. Every man has a duty to highlight, to show, to expose error. Every man has a duty. When something is wrong, every man has a duty to say this thing is wrong, because absolutely nothing will get better. Absolutely nothing will get better if we just are blind to the obvious things that exist. So he also talks about summer soldiers and sunshine patriots, this idea that when everything is good, everyone is on your side and everything is wonderful. But when things become difficult, people change. You get to see their real character when things become difficult. Right. Just as a final, I don't know why I'm talking about this, just as a final note. I'm not sure we ever see people's real character a lot of the time. Only in extreme circumstances do you see a person's real character. On your day-to-day life of going to the office or having meetings with people, we don't see a lot of people's real character. We see their projection, their persona that they have. I think only in extreme circumstances, like if, let's say for example, you go out in your car and you have a car accident. Heaven forbid, a terrible thing to happen. You're in hospital, right? You're lying in the hospital bed with all these tubes and wires and things stuck in you to keep you alive. In a Slovak hospital. Good luck. Right? Slovakia does have some wonderful doctors, actually, on the other side, who do a very difficult job. And, who comes to see you? Who comes to see if you're okay, right? Who comes to the hospital to check on you, right? And your colleagues will just be like, you might get a little SMS message saying, "Are you okay?" But you'll be like on the bed and you won't be able to do anything. Those are the times where we learn who really cares about things. And only happens in extreme circumstances. Because when the weather is nice, everybody is happy. But when the weather is bad, only the happy people are happy. Not everybody is a happy person.